Hello everyone, with the recent over-the-air patch change, we had a buff to Symbiote Spider-Man and a buff to Galactus. Now this by itself doesn't bring them into relevancy, and really anything that I tried with Galactus, even including the Symbiote Spider-Man Black Panther Arnim Zola Galactus deck, I just didn't have any kind of consistency. And that is until I included Wiccan into the deck. Now, before I jump into the deck explanation, I am live right now, yes, on a Saturday. We're on day 3 of our 14-day stretch, trying to push for our 1,000 Twitch sub goal so that I can quit my day job and switch over into full-time content creation. So if you like live content or you have a spare Amazon Prime sub laying around, definitely jump over and check me out at twitch.tv/TLSG Snap.
Hey, welcome.
And then come back to the video later. I would love to have you over there. But as far as the deck goes, it is a Wiccan Symbiote Spider-Man Galactus deck. Now, the biggest thing that I noticed with most Galactus decks were that if you can get Galactus off, a lot of times, yes, they won. But what about those games when you run into clutter, where a Central Park pops up and you're not able to navigate or get Galactus to go off? Are those just retreats, which absolutely kills any kind of win rate? With this one, and what Wiccan allows us to do is have that extra energy to find other avenues and other paths to be able to find a way to win. So the main idea is we're going to curve out our cards early, and we're looking to cheat some good value, some good power cards out onto the board to set up for a good Galactus. So Quicksilver on 1 every single game. We have our Zabu and Psylocke as ways to enable a turn 3 4-cost card. If we do get a very specific line of Zabu on 2, Symbiote Spider-Man on 3, we can go Psylocke on 4 to be able to do Galactus on turn number 5, which is a lot harder for the opponent to anticipate versus us dropping a wave and being very telegraphed that Galactus is coming down. We have Jeff as a way to be able to grab priority, and then we can just reposition him whenever we need to. That, and it protects us from some full-on clutter style stuff, and so his value is in spades. And then we have our 2 goblins. Those are fantastic at being able to follow up to a Galactus that came down on 4, into a turn 5 hobgoblin. They're going to start having very restricted spaces to play, and it puts them in a very tough spot. We have the finishers of the Alliath and Red Hulk. Both of these are fantastic if you're anticipating that the opponent is going to do an Odin to send back your goblins, or they're going to do a Knoll but you have priority. Alliath can absolutely come in clutch. This deck can struggle against clutter decks, but if played well, you can find ways to win. You're probably not going to get Galactus to go off, but you can still find ways to outpower and outmaneuver the opponent in a lot of situations. Using Jeff and Symbiote Spider-Man to protect those lanes from being full capped or full cluttered can do wonders for you. Now, over my testing on stream, we went 19 and 12 for a 61.3% win rate and an average cube gained per game of 0.97. which is phenomenal, especially for Galactus. I hope that it doesn't come back in spades. If it does, my destroy video from yesterday absolutely tears it down. A consistent, normal destroy deck is going to do fantastic because of the Knoll, because of the death, and this version just doesn't have any answers to that. So we're going to go ahead and jump over into a couple of the games. Thank you guys, as always, for being here. I hope you guys enjoy. And then Lufa, you said from Reddit, here are the new game mode rules. Only 3 rounds, each turn gaining 2 to 5 energy randomly, no cubes or snapping. On the video, it showed him having 10 energy at one point. Oh, we've already snapped. I tried to snap again. We have the Wiccan. We have the follow-up Galactus. So I'm going to do Wiccan into backshielding to make sure we have priority. And then we're going to take out the negatively afflicted Cyclops. Our Galactus left. We can follow that up next turn with Symbiote Spider-Man Green Goblin. And then final turn would be like an Alliath. And then Dexter's Wedding Shoes. You said I saw your Hella Game 5 Shang-Chi and Sinister London clip. That was a very lucky flip that we got there. I think it was a 1 out of 4 for them to stack and work out perfectly. But we do have the Galactus. Let's go Symbiote Spider-Man. If we had Red Hulk as well, we could go Wave. No, we want 2 spaces open. So Symbiote Spider-Man, Green Goblin. And then I think we have the easy win. And then Conspicuous Compiler resubbing with your Prime sub for 2 months. Always happy to see Twitch's own totally leading Snap winner Galactus. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the Prime sub and the support, Conspicuous. And so the Misty Knight, along with the Enchantress, is fine. We're all right. Let's do the Alliath. We could go Red Guardian, but I want to make sure that they don't try anything. I guess Yeah, I want to make sure they don't try anything crazy. They could, like even a Shang-Chi, if they were like anticipated the Red Hulk, would be fine. Actually, I'm not going to merge Symbiote Spider-Man. I'm going to leave him as is. They go ahead and stay for the 4. Do they beat us? Oof. Oh, close. It was very close, but not quite. With the 16 power Red Hulk, not Red Hulk, 16 power regular Hulk coming in. We'll take the 4th, though. Let's jump into the next one. Next up, we have Mr. In. The first location is Gamma Lab, which is decent. If we can get Psylocke or Zabu here, we'd be able to curve into Wiccan, which would be wicked good. And then Selene hitting our Green Goblin is great, but it also tells me that this is some kind of like junk or clutter deck, or a Galactus deck of their own. Nope, definitely the junk variety, unfortunately. So we have the Green Goblin we can use on 3. Oof, wow. This is tough. Rough stuff for sure. Let's go ahead and go wave left so that we can get... Okay. They did us a solid. We don't have priority, so they could always ruin our potential Galactus. They gave us a shot. Unless we win Expansion. Patriot gives them a +3. Jubilee into Red Hulk. We definitely have priority. Our issue would be winning from that point, though. They probably have Cannonball. Let's go ahead and make them kneel and see what we can make happen. We do have Green Goblin as a follow-up on turn 5 in the right. And then Angel with the Snap Redemption. All right, we may force a retreat now. Goodness, look at that giant Hobgoblin. Now, we could... It's not awful. We can clear the -11. It does take away our 7. But we get that off of our side of the board. It still lands them with, you shall snap him. Okay, I'll snap it back. And they could flood this side too, potentially. If they fill this lane up, oh no. If they fill this lane up this turn, then we're at their mercy. Bro is gonna lose 4 cubes? Yeah, probably. Okay, Symbiote Spider-Man. We don't have priority. This is the best thing we can do. They do a Cannonball at 8. It goes up to 15. We send them -4. So it goes down to 11. We would lose. We would lose by 1. We're losing 8? Nah, we're just going to lose 4. Definitely going to Galactus. That was very scary. Victory. With the Shuri double trigger. Luckily, they didn't have a high-powered 2 cost. Had they had a demon that they could have doubled up or quadrupled up, would have been fantastic. Oof. We'll take the 4, though. My goodness, we didn't deserve that one, but somehow we got it anyways. And then Adam K, thank you so much for the Prime sub.
Welcome. It took you long enough.
Your notification should come by. I very much appreciate the support. That puts us at 48 for the day, up to 680 if I'm not mistaken. And so we're getting very close to our goal and to that marker. So I appreciate having you here and appreciate the support. And Conspicuous, you said, and then Mr. Simba, have you tried Pokemon Pocket? I did. I don't think they... I don't know that the battling is as engaging as Snap. So I have a lot of thoughts on it, but I have been enjoying it. It's something kind of different, kind of fun. But I have been playing it. And then Lotta Bass 8, thank you so much for the Prime sub and the support as well. Very much appreciate having you here. We can go Wiccan Gladiator. Do they have a Galactus? Maybe something like this. We get the extra energy. We stage an Alioth, and we get a good base power going. They did snap on it, so we're a little bit weary, but not weary enough to retreat out. Wow. So the armor doesn't get destroyed from the gladiator. Oh, it's a big Evo. It's a affliction deck. I think we might be okay. They get a copy of our Alioth. Let's see what we get a copy of on their end. Abomination. And so anything that gets afflicted, we now have benefit from. Let's go ahead and go big Hobgoblin into mid. I'm going to snap back. We don't have Galactus yet, but if we ever do, we're in a very, very nice spot. And then Conspicuous, she said, so TLSG, with all the things in your life keeping you busy, with family, work, and streaming, how do you find the time to get healthy cooked meals at home? Well, since you asked, we are currently sponsored by Factor. And then those are quick, ready-to-eat meals. They're actually really good. Let's go ahead and go Symbiote Spider-Man Psylocke left as we still look to pull into our Galactus. Because if we can get Galactus, the game is over. And then Dark Assassin 011, thank you so much for the Prime sub and the support. Appreciate having you here.
Hey, welcome. It took
and
you long
enough. Mr. Simba as well. Thank you for the Prime. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. We're in a not great spot. Split apart these, I don't know. Without Galactus, this win becomes very tough. Let's crush this sub goal, everybody. Thank you so much, Brown Mamba.
Hey, welcome.
And then
it took you
Marlish, thank you for the sub as well, the Prime sub and the support. Absolutely love to see it coming through. Galactus. Galactus. You are not Galactus. Well, it is what it is. We have one more shot for the Galactus. And even then, I think they might be able to beat us, right? They just outpower us in mid. Oh no, it's for 8 cubes as well. So what would their what could their big payoff be since they Alioth the last turn? I think a bomb mid, yeah. I don't think we Galactus. As fun as Galactus would be, 9 to 10 power. Bring him up to like 15. A full skip doesn't do it. I think we're okay. We're not going to do the Galactus. I think that gets too cheeky. It gives us an out to potentially lose. They do have the Abomination, true. And so just doing that in mid would beat our Galactus symbiote, but not the Abomination. We do get the 4-cube retreat from Bruno. We really love to see it. Had we gotten Galactus earlier, we could have made it happen as early as turn, I think, 3. But unfortunately, he came in at the last second. We were still able to find the way to win. Let's go ahead and jump over into the next one. Next up, we have Jesus Rose again. The first location is Black Vortex. Maybe we get Galactus off the jump. We're going to go ahead and play Quicksilver over there, and we'll see what happens. So we lost. Ooh, they lost Debris. Huge for us. We lost Alioth. Unfortunate. Null is also a little bit unfortunate because it's gives us no value until the end of the game, which it'll be destroyed by then. He said, what a name. What is your least favorite deck or archetype? I don't know that I have one now. It used to be like any Loki deck. I just didn't find it compelling or enjoyable. And then Faith Through Fire, I just got here. Remember all the wild stories on how you came up with your name. Welcome in, Faith. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. So we can do wave, but we won't have priority. And so Galactus on 5 is always kind of risky because we don't have anything pre-set up for it. Oh, wave will go right? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Wave's gonna go right. Big hazmat. Hazmat Kate Bishop. So I'm expecting some Ajax style stuff. We probably retreat out of this one and run, but we're gonna give it a shot. Viper pulls to the right, yeah? Big. Here comes a Nihilist to clog. It's close. It was very, very close. So even with the +4 in the right, we win that one. But we're losing this lane so dramatically because of Null. Mockingbird, High Evo, Grapple Arrow. No way. Huge. We had no business being able to win that one, but we found a way to make it work through the Hobgoblin clutter. We out-cluttered the clutter deck. We'll take it. Let's jump over into the next one. And then Nick from TV said, "Hey TLSG, what drives you to buy bundles? The card itself or the keys, gold, etc.?" The resources. The resources is the primary like driving factor for any bundles that I purchase. If the resources aren't in line, then I don't buy it. He said day 4 and TLSG's beard looks better than mine after 4 weeks. We do what we can. So what we can do is we can Psylocke, we can Symbiote Spider-Man, it pushes over into the right, and then we're lining up for a Galactus. Now, we will have to skip on turn number 4, or else we ruin the Symbiote Spider-Man line. So it goes very all into the Galactus actually working. Space Throne is rough. We can Symbiote Spider-Man. We can later do Jeff there, merge it with the Symbiote Spider-Man, move it out. We have a space for Galactus. And so unless they put something more than like that amount of power in Space Throne, we get a free Galactus off of this. Is Red Hulk replaceable in this? Red Hulk is probably replaceable. He's just a big stat stick for like the games that you don't get Galactus down. But you might be able to do something like Cannonball instead to push out the opponent's like big play. Snap and move his Hydra Bob. Maybe after the Bifrost. The shiniest pig I ever did see. We can go ahead and snap and move the Hydra Bob. And then we have the Jeff in line in the Space Throne. We'll have to take turn 5 to be able to merge it so that we can move it on turn number 6 and get a Galactus into play. Very awkward set of locations, but through a little bit of creativity, we're going to be able to find a way to make it happen. We do end up getting the retreat. We'll take it. Let's jump over into the next one. Next up, we have Austin. The first location is Aunt May's. We could always Quicksilver so that whenever we play a Symbiote or a Galactus, it doesn't move. Or we just use, actually, since we have Wave, I don't want to snap on it on turn 1. And so Kato, in the most recent Marvel Snap developer diary or update video for the new season, they announced it in like I think it was on minute 9 of the video, and so it's a temporary game mode, but it's called High Voltage. So we have our Quicksilver. We are going to be able to do Galactus into Aunt May's. It'll not be able to push out as long as it goes off, and so it will be a 9 power card here. but it does become kind of tough to compete for priority, depending on how many cards they throw into Mojo World. So Chavez, Zabu. We'll see what we're able to make happen. But if they have the 100-point lead, it becomes kind of tough to guarantee Galactus goes off. Now, if they haven't played into Aunt May's, then what they play there will play and then bounce out, which is nice. Do have priority on us. Go ahead and Galactus left. We should be good to go. And then on turn 5, we have what, like Green Goblin, Scorpion, Green Goblin, Zabu into whatever on turn 6. And then Scarlet Spider, unfortunately, huge for them in Aunt May's, but they're not going to have a chance to get the clone to go off because they're going to be too busy kneeling before Galactus. I feel bad. I feel bad with the Galactus, but he's in an okay spot. Clutter makes him really tough. You have to really be able to run a Galactus deck that can sometimes put out enough power that it can win, even if it doesn't get the good rolls or the good flips. Let's go ahead and go Hobgoblin. Send them the -8 monstrosity. Snapback, super scary. No, they said a little bit more about Alpha. So there's 3 rounds. It's only 3 turns. It's a random amount of energy you get each time. And so the big Psylocke, what are they pushing for? Oh, Bastion Shaw.
Hey, welcome.
An Eliath
It took you
top
long
deck?
enough.
That is not an Eliath. Oof. Okay. I'd be Eliathing to you if I wasn't a little scared right now. Our best bet. Symbiote, Spider-Man, Zabu, Wiccan. Doesn't matter which one. This is 10. It brings us up to 19. Do they do... So Silver Surfer would be 2. It would bump Sebastian up by 4, so it'd be 6. Not going to be huge for him. With 10, it goes up to 19. I think they were really leaning onto, like, a Silver Surfer Absorbing Man with the Psylocke. That's what my gut tells me. We're going to lock it in. Sage? Would it be Sage? Maybe it's not Silver Surfer. I don't know. I don't know what it is. We're going to hope for the best. Ironheart? Oh, Ironheart doesn't play, does it? Oh, it's close, but not quite close enough. We will take the 8 cubes against Austin, and they had the dream Gwynpool hit here, giving Sebastian Shaw just so much like beefiness, but it was just enough to keep them in. We'll take the 8 cubes. Let's jump over into the next one. Next up, we have Great Economist. We could Quicksilver. A double Symbiote Spider-Man is always kind of fun. Same thing with a double Hobgoblin. And then last of the Jedi with the 1 community gifted to push us up into that 700 sub mark. We started at, I think, 170 a few days ago. And so we just need a little bit more and we'll be right in there. Let's go ahead and go Jeff to protect us from a little bit of clutter. We can do the same thing with Symbiote Spider-Man. So if they send us like an acid arrow, we can merge with it and kind of clutter and send it back their way. Missing Eliath and Wiccan. So for this version, I don't think there's a good replacement for Wiccan. You could probably change Eliath, but you would lose a little bit of consistency because of it. The double Iceman is diabolical. We can no longer do... I guess we can. I was going to say we could no longer do Symbiote on 4, but with Wave we can. The double Cannonball coming down early is crazy. Why would they play Cannonball? What? So confused. We have a couple of hard choices here. Do they cap out this Sinister London lane? I feel like there's no way they do, right? Posture check from Drunken King. I appreciate it. Arsham deck? Oh, good call. The grapple arrow? Okay. And then Angel ripping over into mid. That's fine. And then basic arrow. Can we clutter? We clutter their left lane up with the Hobgoblin, but Hobgoblin goes off in both lanes, which is beautiful to see. We have the mobility of these Jeffs. Go ahead and snap it. I think that's always a snap. Double symbiote Spider-Man, double Red Hulk, all fantastic. Even if we don't merge the symbiote Spider-Man. Then Dumbstruck with the G's. Not meant to be. I never knew you could do that. I don't know why you can do that, but you can. You can move the created by. What a pull. What a pull indeed. Well, that becomes a very clear loss. You hate to see it. Let's give him the let's give him the Arsham. You know, the Arsham is as Arsham does. Just unfortunate. Next up we have Azrael. The first location is Baxter Building, so we could, as long as we win that one, we could push for priority. We do have a turn 3 Wiccan, which is wicked good. Go ahead and snap it. Against the Arsham, I'm hoping that we don't run into another big counter. Hopefully we don't jinx it, but we have a good start to our hand. If not sub, don't read it. Don't read this. And so the Echo comes in. We can still continue to contribute to the left with the Zabu not ongoing anymore. And then Wiccan to the left as well. So the Loki comes down on turn number 2. They could ruin our day with goblins. Definitely doesn't feel great if that happens. They could have a Red Hulk and a couple of other things up their sleeve. Let's go ahead and go Wiccan. We look out for them to get Green Goblin or Hobgoblin because that really hurts us here. And then Packers for life with the emote only chat. We'll load over into it and then we'll be back in 2 minutes. So now we actually get protected in the left with Jeff. We can go Green Goblin into Clintar. So if they do a Goblin, we win Baxter Building. Like at that point, they just probably give up and retreat. No, it's a big Red Hulk. Nice to see. And it's going to scale because we didn't use all of our energy. Big Galactus. You love to see it. With priority, let's go ahead and Galactus right. We have our big Red Hulk. There's his spent. There's his burnt. Let's go ahead and launch it. We could also do it into mid, but since we already have a little bit of a lead here, I think we focus on the Clintar lane. I think Azrael is going to have to kneel before Galactus. I'm glad too, because otherwise that Red Hulk in the left lane, very scary with how much it was going to scale each turn. Have all of the Galactus emotes. I didn't add it in with the intention of running Galactus, but I'm so glad that I did. All right, let's see what they lost in the left lane. They lost Wiccan. Wicked bad for them. And then Symbiote merging with the... Or Spider-Man merging with the Symbiote won't do anything for them. I don't think we ever need to Alioth, do we?
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
I think Red Hulk is it. Draw power. Unless they have like a blob that comes over the top of us. I'm going to try the Red Hulk and see. Oh no, did we go the wrong way? Hobgoblin? Okay. Shadow King saved by the Red Hulk scale. My goodness, that was uncomfortably close. So we got their Proxima. Let's go ahead and Quicksilver into the Daily Bugle. We have both Zabu and Psylocke. I'm going to favor the Zabu line because we can always curve into a 4, place Psylocke on 4, which would allow us to Galactus on 6 if we needed to. And I think we go ahead and start placing into Mojo World. I usually tune in for the latest in clog technology, but I do love a Galactus tech too. Wank, welcome in. I'm glad you're able to join us in the Galactus era that we're in. Let's go ahead and throw down the Wiccan into Mojo World. We want to make sure that we have the lead. And then maybe we can Galactus over here if we draw it. If we top deck the perfect card here, we get to Galactus.
Oh, snap.
Absolutely beautiful. And then Drunken King, he said, all right, TLSG, thanks for keeping me company. About to hit the bed. Thank you for joining us, Drunken. Hopefully you have a great rest of your night. So let's go ahead and send the Galactus into the Morbius lane. If we get a Goblin, maybe we can completely clutter them up. But they are going to lose the Collector in the left. They could still potentially come back. It doesn't... Rough. They lost their MODOK, which is also rough. But losing the Galactus does sting a little bit. We do have extra energy here, so if we can grab priority, so like a 4 and a 3, we make everything 4. So on the last turn, we could do Alioth Red Hulk. We're gonna put that into the atmosphere that we're going to top deck a Red Hulk on the final turn. So Symbiote Spider-Man is gonna merge with Blade, discard an additional card. But oh no, they messed up. Going into the last turn, Symbiote Spider-Man is gonna have to do the merge, and they won't be able to play a card there. Unfortunate for them. We'll just easy coast into the 2 cubes, I suppose. Probably hoping they could avoid the Goblin. Yeah, I think so. I think it was a play for or around the Goblin. I'm glad we didn't go with that because we didn't get priority. But we will gladly take the 2 cube retreat and jump over into the next. All right, let's go ahead and we do have the Zabu into Symbiote Spider-Man. So we can Quicksilver, Zabu, Symbiote Spider-Man. Hopefully either a Psylocke, a Wiccan, or a Wave for turn number 4 into a turn number 5 Galactus. Ooh, beautiful. We do get Galactus. So we're in a pretty decent spot. Our goblins are a little bit less effective. Go ahead and snap them. They're a little bit less effective in Panopticon because of the +2 that they'll get. But I can't really throw them anywhere else. Null Galactus Ultron Blink. Oh, that one's been around for a little bit. I haven't tried it recently, but I did try it or play it a little bit before. Wow, they got lucky with the Luke Cage, which is really big if they're able to get the Hela to resummon their stuff. But I'm hoping that we're able to make it where that's not possible. If they play here, they grab initiative on us. We could always try to burn a green goblin. But I think we take up the space more so. You get Hellcow. Oh wait, we'd have no way to get Spider-Man in. Ugh. Oh, okay. Or Galactus. For some reason, I thought we could Galactus on 5, when we can't. Hopefully, no Magneto. Magneto would ruin the day. So Blade discards their Red Hulk. We have priority. Oh, that is an unfortunate snap back there, Dante. Maybe not. Maybe it's not. So they go, if they're playing heads up, they go Hela here, and then resummon Death at best. So that's going to be 18 power. It brings them up to positive 11. Then ours is 12. 13. Ours is 13. I think even with a best case resummon, and Luke Cage will be gone, so it'll be 9. Yeah, no, I think we're fine. We're gonna get the, I think, the second 8-cuber off of Dante. So they did play into mid with the Panopticon, but with us having priority, I think no matter, like, their Hell Cow doesn't have time to activate, so they couldn't discard an Infinite or something bigger. A Shang-Chi, I don't think would do it.
Minions.
Ooh, Hella is 7. I forgot about that. Hella is 7, so that's one I didn't count for. We'll still take the 8 cubes. An unfortunate snapback from my friend Dante. We'll take it.